All right, this is Rudy. All right, this is Rudy Speech, man. We got Captain Tower in the building. Yeah. So, Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man, on Rudy Speech, man. I'll break it down right quick, though.
Don't forget it. One who West in my brain.
Up, y'all, for the Most High in Christ and this truth in these days, man. We getting it in. We still doing what we doing and still growing. You know what I'm saying? I like to call them the gods, but I know I ain't posing, so I just call them the generals, man. We got a couple badass generals up in the building. I see General Muhammad. Y'all give it up. Holding it down. That was a hell of a class last night, wasn't it? Podcast 2, boy, was off the chain. Also got General Makala in the building. Good night. Now, I ain't seen him, but I heard Q was in the game. Where he at? Where he at? I see y'all be hiding, huh? Y'all don't want me to catch all that y'all doing, huh? I see cats coming up whispering in their ear, something, sir. Kanada Wanka. You don't know what's going on. Who getting knocked off? You know what I mean? I'm sitting in the office one day. I open up a bag full of money. They said, what the hell? What are y'all selling dope in here? What the fuck is going on? They said, no, man. It was clearing out the office and they was gathering all the $1 bills up and all that. They probably was bullshit me. I don't know. No, seriously. Let me tell you something. What's so amazing about the UPK is how high you've kept the moral standards. Like the morals is what's going to get us out of this hell. You're going to see that in the end of the things that I'm going to be talking about. You're going to see that what you've become in this truth is why we're going to be able to go forward and why we haven't been destroyed by the hand of the Lord yet. And will also give us a caution on everything that we should be doing to avoid those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Got Captain Hadar, y'all up in the building, man. All the way from Detroit. Captain Nathak up in the building. Where you at, Nathak? In the back, holding it down. Oh, my God. All the way from the West Coast. This another laying in the cut cat. Captain Kwamba all up in the building, man. What's going on, man? Wow. I ain't gonna name all these Chicago captains. There's about 100 of these niggas, man. You came call you. I said, man, can you just send somebody up, man, to just pick me up with so and so. 2 big captains come up. Shalom, sir. I'm like, do y'all got any more troopers in here? Or is everybody goddamn captains out this joint? You know what I mean? Y'all getting it in. I know I done missed a few of y'all, but I'm going to get back to y'all before we over. I want to give a bit. Oh, good night. Come on, bro. Another mighty man holding down a very strong fort out in this Midwest, man. Kudash Zion, fam. Up in the building. Good to see you, warrior. You know what I'm saying? And many, many, many more in the Chicago team. But I got to give a big shout out to Captain Mawquad. You know what I'm saying? Doing a hell of a job. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Do I see the Caribbean King over there? Muhammad, the Caribbean King that came up and visit us. He got old tan on and everything. Big shout out to Captain Kapash, man. Doing an amazing job also out there. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Next to him, another big cat. Big shout out to the Gal Gabar, man. What's going on, warrior? Yeah. Let me tell you, man, these are some cats that really held it down for us and did this work, and we doing it. We moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Doing much more work. Big shout out to the wonderful sisters, man. It's so good to see y'all faces over and over again, enduring all of this warfare, enduring all of these ups and downs. It's a very, very beautiful thing, you know, man. The one of the sisters that put the food together over here, working with us, you know what I mean, up in the building. You know what I mean? How's the temperature in here? Too hot? Y'all holding it down? We good for a minute? Y'all feel a little cold? Oh, I like to hear that. Yeah, man. That's good. That's good. Y'all can let it run because y'all blocking everybody anyway. So if y'all don't mind just letting it sit and just letting them run, and we'll get into some stuff. Now, they told me they was gonna put a microphone up here. Is there one up there? Tell me where it's at so everybody will know. No, I mean not for me. Where's it at? Oh, okay, there it is. So anybody want to come up, throw something out, get into it, ask a question, whatever you might want to do, we're gonna be able to do it. Talking about this third world's war. Feel free to get up, man. We among family, doing our thing, getting it on. I didn't even see him sitting up here in the front. Captain Ariah, fam, up in the building. What's up, mighty man? Good to see you, Shalom, man. You know what I mean? Let's get into it, man. So the U.S. is falling. This kingdom is definitely going down, and it's definitely going down fast, and it is an amazingly beautiful thing that this is happening. It's biblical, it's prophetic, and it's an empire that you would never believe would fall because of the power and the things that they have. But they are going to fall for every evil act that they have ever done to the lost 12 tribes of the children of Israel. They are going to be wiped. So anybody got any questions they want to bring up? Any issues about this time that we're in about what's going on, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to just run my little thing and bring out what I got. Question? Come on, can you take the mic for me? I'm getting a little bit of feedback. Is that all right? We good? I'm getting a little bit. I hear it bouncing back, but as if it's good, it's good. Go ahead, Iwalum. What's happening?
Comic-Con Jr., I want to ask, what's the significance of the United States military and Israel merging
That's a
together?
good question. That's a good question. Why is the United States military and the Israeli military coming together? Okay. One simple reason. One very simple reason. To wipe you out off of the face of this earth. Because they found out, they do studies all the time. And they found out that the U.S. military they're not willing to kill you. They have difficulty with them. A lot of them believe in the American dream. A lot of them believe in the Constitution. A lot of them were taught that the U.S. military is not to go out and harm U.S. citizens. And they recognize a lot of them, as U.S. citizens. So that's why they turned around and started to wipe out all the black military. If you notice, they sanitizing the military from black people and Latino people. They get, especially the higher ranks, they're firing as many of them as they possibly can to get them out the way. Now let's talk about the Israelis for a second. In 1948, the state of Israel was born. The state of Israel got born because of the United States and Great Britain. But what they never told you was that the state of Israel is really the CIA. The state of Israel is just really a part of America. It always was. That's a made-up country. That's not a real country that was there. The people was already there. It's very much like what they did here in the United States to the tribe of Gad and the Seminole Indians. They just came in, took over the land, named it what they wanted, and created an empire for themselves. And that empire, and they did the same thing in Palestine. They took their time, they went to war, and the plan all along was to take over the entire Middle East and all of the oil in the Middle East. They saw how valuable it was for the next 100 years. And they decided we were going to take it over. We're going to control it. And this is how we're going to go at every country. So now they're at the point now where they want to come into this country. They want to get in the country and they want to do mass killings in this country. They want to bring chaos to the country. They want to bring a military state to this. This is what they want. This doesn't mean they're going to get what they want, but it is what they want. But this is what they're seeking to do. And because they're seeking it, they had to use the kind of military that wouldn't mind harming you. The same military that harmed those Palestinians. The atrocities that they did to those Palestinians is going to be written in history books for thousands of years. The Netanyahu, the head of the country, is in constant worry about being brought up on war crimes. So they've been doing this. They've been the arm of the CIA for decades. How do you know that? Let me see if you think it. Somebody tell me, how do you know that the Israelis are run by the CIA? Who could tell me? Who could give me the concrete proof? Nobody? I'm gonna take a crack. Oh, somebody hand in the back. Go ahead, warrior. Cause it's clear. It ain't difficult. It's clear. You could clearly connect the dots. Can you get that for him? For what? There you go.
I was gonna say, sir, the power that the Israelis have.
That's a good one, but there's a lot of powerful countries out there. Anybody else want to take a crack? Come on out. It's a real easy way to know.
So the CIA is called Central Intelligence. So they run the media, and to me that sounds like.
I mean, that's good, but that's every secret military group in every country runs the media in their country. But that is a good answer. I'm gonna give one more person the last crack. Come on out. Give it a shot at it, and then I'm gonna give it to you. Because let me tell you something. The witchcraft in this place has blinded us in plain sight. Go ahead, warrior.
The Epstein files.
That's a good one. The Epstein files definitely make it clear they running all kind of evil. But yeah, you want to take a shot, bro? Go ahead.
I got you.
Go ahead.
The four-time Hall of Famer. I'm trying to see what y'all got jumping off, but I'm talking about I respect it, and let's stand down on this. I promise you, white police on me.
Yeah, you got to give me the answer. You got my answer?
Nah.
All right.
I want you to give me the answer.
Go on. I'm going to break it down for you. Go on and have a seat. All right.
Why do the white police down on me?
Come on, brother. Come on. You all right? You been drinking? You been drinking? Come on now. This ain't this is the wrong. I be scared when y'all be acting up, man. I be scared for you. Oh my God. You done got Muhammad out the chair. Somebody please help that brother out. Y'all be scaring me when y'all do that, man. Don't be coming in here disrespecting Hebrews. All right, brother. Well, listen, we'll see you when you're a little more sober, all right? Good. You're gonna be all right, brother. You all right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be all right. All right. Y'all don't hurt him, all right? Go ahead, bro.
Khan. I would say the reason I would say.
Wait, let me just say this. Y'all see what we up against, right?
Khan.
You see why we in it? Like the Lord is deep. The Lord brought him up to let us know that we about to talk about something so heavy, but he trying to let us know he educating us on all these levels because we got to go fix him. And so many more like him. You know what I'm saying? Like know why you in this truth, both brothers and sisters. Know why you here. You here because you part of the machine, the body that Yahushua is getting ready to use to fix what everybody else will otherwise say is unfixable. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be amazing. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead. I'll jump in and I'm gonna give it to you after this.
Khan. I would say the reason that they can point to the CIA is that of all the organizations on the face of the earth, you cannot in America talk about Israel without being counseled. You can talk about anybody else, but as soon as you talk about Israel, you're canceled.
Listen, that's the best answer of all. He ain't quite there yet, but that was the best answer of all. Now, if I could, I want y'all to check out something. Go ahead. Oh, you was gonna jump in, sis? Go ahead. Take the mic right quick.
I can't remember where I was reading, but I was reading somewhere how the CIA was working hand in hand with Israel to take down other nations. And
that's a good point.
there was a promise made that the CIA would be their job to now monitor the Israeli
right, the Mossad
military.
and them. Now, all of that's good, but all nations do that. Okay, all nations have their secret society and they do that. Okay, but I'm gonna break it down for you. The way you know that the Israelis are part of the United States military through the CIA is the assassination of JFK. Like, who killed JFK? First of all, let me ask a question. How in the hell could anybody kill a U.S. president and there'd be a conspiracy behind it? They'd have made like 10 movies about who killed Kennedy. And they act like they don't know who killed Kennedy. And then not only that, did they not kill his brother right after that? So wait a minute, you telling me they killed a sitting president and killed his brother when he ran for president after that, and they could not protect him, and they could not figure out, except for these two lunatics, who killed him? Impossible. Impossible. Now, what was the biggest beef that JFK had before he got assassinated? Anybody? Just grab the mic. You can just jump up there and grab the mic. What was his biggest beef? Go ahead.
Sluggy, sir. Was it the Federal Reserve?
No. Well, that was one of his beefs, but it wasn't the Federal Reserve. It was something else even bigger. Something else that's affecting us right now today. You want to shout it out, Nathak? Go ahead. Nathak got it. Give it up, Nathak. The Israelis, JFK blocked the Israelis from getting nuclear weapons. They assassinated him. His brother came up and was going to destroy. Remember the famous line he came out with where he said, I'm going to block them from getting the weapon, and I'm going to scatter the CIA in 1,000 pieces or something like that. Y'all remember that statement that he made? Well, he made that statement and they got rid of him. You know what I mean? And they even bring it out in some of the movies. You go back and what's that movie with Matt Damon? I mentioned it earlier, y'all. Good Shepherd. That's a real boring ass movie Matt Damon was in. It is, ain't it? But if you could be patient, like you got to watch that movie like early in the morning, like on a Sunday when you wide awake and it's quiet in the house, because it's the only way you're gonna stay awake long enough to watch it. But if you watch that movie, that movie was them forming the CIA, and they were discussing all the things that they were doing to form the CIA. And this is just I'm just telling you about a movie, not as proof. I tell you about a movie just so you could get an illustration. The movie is not the proof, it's a movie. The proof is the assassination. So whenever you hear me say you could see this in a movie, I'm not giving you the movie as the proof. I'm just giving you the movie as the illustration. But you can go and see this in that illustration. That's what they went after him for. And that's what they shut him down for. And because of it, they got the nuclear weapons. And now, under the behest of the United States, and with all the finances going to the United States, they are tearing the entire world apart for the United States. And the whole reason for it is to bring the entire world in their order. That's their move. Their move is to try to bring the world together. And because of it, the Lord is destroying them. Now, let me go into a couple of things. Y'all want to go into more on that? Or y'all want to stop right there and move on? We can move on. Unless y'all want to get into it more. You know what I'm saying? That's just one of the things, that they're doing behind the curtain. There's so much that they're doing behind the curtain that we don't know about. But let me just talk about some of the most recent things. Has everybody heard about Ukraine and Saudi Arabia attacking Iraq? Y'all heard about that, right? That's a big piece to this puzzle. Because why are both these countries attacking a country that we thought was already overthrown by the U.S. and under U.S. control? Because we're finding out now Iraq is not under U.S. control, that Iraq is becoming a nomad state, that they've been raising up militias for decades in Iraq. And those militias are being armed by Iran. And so now that they're being armed by Iran, Ukraine and Saudi Arabia are going to try to stop them because they are set to protect the Iranian coast in the north. What does that mean? That means, brother, that they're going to turn around now and be drawn into this war. And if Ukraine gets drawn into the two-front war, that's going to open the entire door to be attacked. I'm still getting that back up. Y'all getting it? Okay, you're working on the water. That's going to open the entire door for for Europe to be attacked by Russia. If Iran, and they just attacked Kiev this week. So if Ukraine falls, Russia is wide open to come into Europe and attack Europe. And then you got a third world war. And because of it, on the other side, now they ready to kiss the ring of Donald Trump. I don't know if y'all heard this week that they now talking with Donald Trump, trying to join him in his war against Iran, which means they're going to be drawn into this war, which is going to take us to the third world war, to a beautiful place, a beautiful, beautiful place. And why in the hell shouldn't we want that? You know how much, you know, the littlest, rattiest country in the Middle East got their own government, their own army, their own culture, their own language, got all the things that they want as a people. They may not be wealthy, but they got their own border. And yet we sitting inside of America having to love America while America's killing us, while America stripped us from everything. Everything. We sitting in this room really in the spirit of triumph to actually find our identity back. Like I sit in there and look at y'all with these scarves and these meat trees and these t-shirts and these garments, and I'm saying, damn, we had to fight decades just to get our culture back as a people. That's how far deep in the ground we was. You know what I'm saying? We should love what the Lord is doing with these countries. We should love to see these things unfold before our eyes. So them going into Iraq means Iraq is not stable. Means more warfare, more killing. Let me get a little bit more of what they're doing. Who else knows about some latest stuff going on? Anybody else want to jump in? Another attack. You know, Russia also attacked Kiev. Kiev is the capital of Ukraine. And right now, just if you didn't know, Ukraine is the most sophisticated country when it comes to war drones. Like experts are calling them, you know, saying that they rewrote the history on drones. And now those drones are being used by many countries, man, and it's stirring the pot up, and it is glorious, man. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it spill all over in the streets, but it does have consequences for us as a people and consequences for the job that Christ gave us. So we'll move on. Okay, I got a little bit more. Please. Good. It ties into a degree, but the problem with Africa is they don't have no power. They acting like they got power, but they don't have any power. The only African country that has actually any power are the Nigerians, and that's only because they have the oil. The rest of those African countries are about to get slaughtered. What they're trying to really do, which is so evil, they're trying to get reparations from the European countries for guess what? Anybody heard? They trying, you heard, right? They go ahead, sis. That's right, which is insane. They want to be paid for losing us as their slaves. They're acting like we were part of their people, and because we ended up in slavery, that they took a loss. And listen, and them countries is considering it. And here's why they're considering it. They're considering it because here's the big problem that the West has with Africa. The problem they have is that the Chinese are all in Africa. They're building what they're calling the second Silk Road. So they're opening up all kind of trade. They're building all kind of infrastructure. And see, they thought early. They thought on it early. Let's go down there early and help them out. And what's going to happen, this hasn't happened yet, but what you're going to see happen real soon is they're going to start making new trade deals with China. And the new trade deals are going to say if the African country cannot protect the infrastructure built by China, that China has a right to bring their military in and protect that infrastructure. And what does that really mean? Anybody? What does that really mean? If I say I'm going to build you a building, and if you and your people can protect it, beautiful. But if you and your people can't protect it, I'm going to bring my people down to protect it. What am I really saying? I'm going to take over your country. I'm going to take over your country. So Africa, they might as well just go on and eat them bones, man. Fuck that. Excuse my friend. Because, I mean, ain't nothing going to come of it. Go ahead, D. Right. Okay. It is, but it is not so much on a global arena as it is the United States project. What a lot of people didn't realize, and they know now, that the Amazon jungle is filled with all kind of minerals. The Caribbean is filled with all kind of minerals. Haiti has the second largest deposit of some rare earth mineral that is needed in all these electronics. So you can get ready to see a full-out war in Haiti soon. So what the United States decided was they went back to the old Monroe Doctrine, which is nobody can come and operate in our hemisphere without our permission. And so what they're doing is now is they're going to destroy everything. And once again, all of this is if the Lord allows them. They're going to come in and destroy everything that has power down there that slows them down from coming in there and starting to mine all of Central and South America. Even though the cartels worked for the CIA now has to destroy them. Because if they don't destroy them, when they go to destroy those governments, those different drug lords will take over those countries. And they know it. So they starting wars with the cartels. You heard about them ones they blew up right near the border, blew their houses up and all of that. They starting a war with them cartels so that they can eliminate them, because they eventually, if their plan goes right, they're going to get all the Latinos out the country as much as they can. They got 64 million Latinos in America. They want to try to eliminate as many of them as they can. And then they want to go into those Latin countries, take them over, start mining this billions upon billions of dollars that's in those countries, which once again, holding us hostage and just taking every, quarter that's under our feet. This ain't nothing new. They've been doing it to blacks in the South forever. Building roads through our cities, burying, lynching the whole city, burying us in unmarked graves, doing all kind of rotten things to us just to get the land to do whatever they want to do on that land. Well, that's what they do in Central and South America. See, China has gotten so powerful and Germany and Russia that the United States knows if they don't go back to their old animal spirit, that they won't gobble up enough to go up against China and Russia. So that's why they changed the name of the military from the Department of Defense to the Department of War, because they know they got to put that spirit back on that they had in the past to try to come and bring destruction down. So yes, they are tied in, but that's just what that is America saying, I'm going to strengthen my backyard. So when I come up against these cats, I got power to do it. One of the main ways they planned on doing it was taking Venezuela. Venezuela got the second largest reserves, which show you the Middle East don't have it all. Venezuela's oil comes out the ground much worse than Middle East oil, but it got more of it. And they believe, of course, and that they can go in there and bring in there, bring Exxon Mobil and all the big gangsters in and set up in Venezuela and get that oil pumping and get all that oil coming to them. And if it does, two things happen. One, they could strangle the entire Caribbean. Central, South America, Caribbean islands, they'll strangle them all. One. And two, they'll have reserves and backup for when they go to war and have to deal with these Middle Eastern countries, which they suffering right now. Because now that the Houthis shut down that other part, something like 42% of the oil is being held up right now. And that's a lot of oil. You know how much oil is coming out of there? One ship, the Iranians want to charge $1 a barrel as a tariff, right? $1. And do you know how much revenue they get off that one ship because they charge $1 a barrel? $2 million from charging $1 per barrel. They're getting $2 million per ship, which shows you how much oil is coming out of it. When you start talking about multiple ships, they stand to make billions if the United States don't stop them and drop a nuke on them first. So back to Central America right quick. That's the plan, and it's working already. Right now, they are forcing the governments in the Caribbean to put extra conditions on traveling from island to island. Right now in the Caribbean, it's getting cheaper to fly to the United States than it is to fly to another island because of the tariffs that they're putting on them. They don't want people in the Caribbean and Central and South America moving around in those areas like they used to. A lot of that area is uncharted. A lot of that area has old housing from the slavery days. A lot of that area is mountainous. It's real hard for them to control that area. Back in World War II, when the German U-boats, which were like submarines, was tearing up the British ships, to hide the ships, the British sent the ships down in the Caribbean and hid them down there to repair them and refuel them. And they took them down there because even though the Germans were using submarines, they couldn't get to them because it's such a, you got those areas like the Bermuda Triangle that tears them ships apart. All that area down under there is difficult. That's why pirates were down there. Remember, pirates back in the day used to bury their treasure down there because if you can get down in there, it's very hard to find people and find what's going on. And that's part of what they want to do with them data centers. They want to get everybody, locked into to them data centers so that they can track these people that's in these areas. So that's what's going on down there. America is tightening up their backyard. That's why they starving Cuba right now. Cuba got nuclear weapons. So they got to starve them into a negotiation if they can. Now, if the Caribbean breaks out with another avenue, if the Lord allows them, then it'll give the Americans another problem, to answer your question. Okay? So that's what's happening with that. Let me get a little bit more of what's going on, and we'll get more into it. Unless anybody else got a question? Somebody else? Yeah, I got two people. Let me get him first, whoever this was. Go ahead. And I'll come back to you out.
General, you was just talking about the oil. What what role do the fuel play in this war, and what is the end game when it comes to the fuel and how it helps support whoever basically gets the fuel?
That's a good question. Let me tell you something. Okay, if you want to control all the money and wealth in the world, you have to have every country participate. Like, I can't control the wealth of the world and somebody over here can trade in their money, because then they don't have to listen to me. They can trade, make whatever deals they want, and they can make money and I can't say nothing. But if I want to control all the money, all the wealth, lock the world down, then I have to have everybody participating in it. The problem with the Gulf states, the oil countries, is they got so much wealth from the oil, they don't have to play ball necessarily with the U.S. The U.S. has had them play ball because the U.S. sells their profits and makes them billions on them profits. They take, in other words, the U.S. buys the oil from them, sells the oil or uses the oil, but when they go back to pay them, they don't pay them directly for the oil. They take the money that they owe them and they invest that money in the United States. That's how you got Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley was born from the oil. And so now that money gets invested, and because they invest that money, the Arabs get more than the price of the oil. They get the oil plus investment. So the Arabs are happy. The U.S. is happy because now they can extort other countries. They can say, nah, you can't, for you to do whatever you're doing, you got to pay us X amount of dollars. That's how they balance the world. So to answer your question about the oil, you can, or the brother's question about the oil, as long as they can control that petrodollar, nobody else can function, without their power. China's doing it, and a few other countries are doing it, but they really not doing it on the level they like to do it. China's the big problem because Iran refines 80% of China's oil and then sells China's oil in the yuan, which is their currency. That's a big problem for the U.S. You can't build data centers and track people and set up AI and all that if I got my own financial system over here on the side. So I got to somehow make you come into my financial system. And that's what's going on with the oil. That's why they in the Middle East now. Once again, this is all the Lord's plot, though. This is the Lord's plot to carry out exactly what he said he was going to do in Joel, the third chapter, which is bring them all into this war, which we seeing every day. Every time we look around, somebody new is gotten into the skirmish and being dragged into the war. Now the Europeans who tried to stay out are now being drawn back in. They tried to stay out, but now they got to come back in because the threat from Russia is bigger and they hurting like hell without the wealth. They ain't showing us what's going on around the world. Countries is ready to shut down because of the way this oil is being held up. So that's the end game. The end game is to get full control of that oil, because let me tell you something. The United States knows they have to go to war with China, and they know they have to have a nuclear war with China. Before we got AI, they been had it. They had AI in the 50s on their computers. Now, I'll give you another illustration if y'all want. You want another movie about it? There's a real silly movie that came out many, many years ago. Not that one. That was a good one, but that ain't the one. The name of the movie was called War Games. War Games. Remember that? They had a big computer called the Whopper, right? And they go put stuff in the Whopper, and the computer would simulate the war game. And then at one point, they couldn't shut the computer off. The computer just started having war games. And they freaked out like, oh my God, it's going to start World War III. That was AI. They were showing you AI 30 years before they revealed it to everybody else. They were showing it to you in the movie. The military been had it. They've been using it, and they've been simulating war games on who's going to win, how, and all that. And they know there's no way societies on the earth can continue with two countries so rich and so powerful and fighting over both resources on all the rest of the earth. They know they got to go to war. And so to do that, they're trying to position themselves, to take this battle on, which once again, as we know from studying the scriptures and being taught in here, that battle exists and that battle is coming and it's on its way. I'm gonna come to your question first. I'm gonna get the brother right here, and then I'll come back to yours. Go ahead, and I'll bring up another part of it, and then we'll get into what we should do and what they're trying to do to us specifically. Right now, we're just talking about what they're doing on the earth, but we'll get into what we got to do and what they're going to plan in for us. Remember, they got a plan for us too. You know what I mean? They ain't just planning to fight each other. They got a plan for us as well. Go ahead,
I hope I'm not jumping the gun.
Go ahead.
Otherwise, it's a two-part question. One, there's been a thing all year long, up and down, talking about birthright citizenships. How does that apply to us? What do they plan to do with that? And part two, they've been looking at Cuba, threatening Cuba. Are they really going to run down into Cuba? Salaki.
All right, you are jumping ahead. You got all ahead of my notes, but I'm going to get into it because it's a damn good question. Let's talk about birthright citizenship. That is the only way to completely destroy Black America. Once again, they studying these things in their little labs. You know what I mean? What do they call them little groups that they go and speak to? Think tanks. That's it. It's good catch. Think tank. You got a ton of those. And them think tanks sit there and answer that question, what do we do with blacks? Germany had it. How you think Germany came up with the final solution? Because they had think tanks that sat around and thought about what do we do about them. Who else had think tanks before all of them? Somebody help me out with this. In the scriptures. I know y'all know. Anybody? Hand up in the back. Damn right out. Egypt had think tanks too. What did Egypt say? Let us deal wisely with them. And then what did the Lord say? That they made the Israelites to serve with rigor. They sat down and thought about how we're going to destroy them. Let's work them to death. But it backfired on them. Why? Because what did the Lord say? The harder they worked us, the greater we got. You know what I'm saying? Y'all is a reactionary force. Like the more they come at you, the more you grow, the stronger you become, the more you innovate. Democracy was supposed to destroy us. That was the point of pushing democracy. It was capitalism. It was supposed to destroy us. We were supposed to die out under the heels of as the slaves. We wasn't supposed to get free and then all come together and then build cities and then build wealth and then build entertainment, then get into the politics and change the laws. We weren't supposed to do that. They wasn't even thinking about that. But through the grace and mercy of the Lord and what he put in us, especially the tribe of Judah, we went and skated all of it. And because we did, now we all over this country. We probably way more than they are. We probably more people than they are. Even though they'll never say it, they'll never come out in no statistics. You'll never read it on any kind of government form that we are more than them, but more than likely we are way more than they are. You know what I mean? And so now they have to come up with another solution. And what that solution is simple. If they get the birthright, and that's what they're waiting on. If they get the birthright citizenship, so everybody understand, that means that you no longer have to remain a citizen if you're born in the United States. You no longer have to remain a citizen. You no longer have that protection. They can turn around at a certain point, whatever they decide, and say, we don't want you to be a citizen no more. We taking away your citizenship. You're not an American no more. And now you're just a person without a country. And they've already in negotiation with African countries to have us shipped out of here on a mass level once they pass that law to get us off of the birthright citizenship. Then they can just ship us to other countries. And some of them African countries, man, got barges designed to imprison us, like a goddamn boat, like you put that oil on. They got whole prisons sitting on some raggedy old African boat, probably funky like funk you never smelled, waiting to try to throw us in them cages and make us a part of that. You understand? But once again, they don't have enough time They think they do, but they don't have enough time, and nobody even believes in the God of the Bible. Nobody believes in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's God. Nobody cares. They don't think he exists. They think it's just, good talk, good motivation. Hallelujah, let's dance. That's why the church is such a rotten and evil place, because it's a place that gives you a fake hope about nothing. I don't want no hope about just feeling good about Jesus. I want hope about a God that's going to come down and slaughter the people that want to put me in a cage. I like him better. You know what I'm saying? Give me that nigga God. I don't want no white Jesus. I want a nigga Jesus. I don't even want a black Jesus. I want a nigga Jesus. That nigga that shoots you because you fucking with his car. I want that Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Because he going to be like, what you mean they want to ship my people out of here? Man, fuck them white people. Come on, man. Michael, Gabriel, come on, man. These niggas fucking with us. These are my friends. That's who I want. Because that's who you need when you in that condition, right or wrong. That's who you need. And so that to answer the birthright citizenship, that's what they want. They want to get rid of it so they can, first of all, if they get rid of birthright citizenship, they will empty the prisons out the next day. They will declare every single prisoner and every single felon no longer a citizen. And they will ship us out. And here's the amazingly evil part. What they want to do. They want to do, and I keep saying that because I don't want you to hear this as a fatal situation for us. I don't even give a damn what they think about. I only care about one thing. Can I make the God of Israel stand up and pull his right arm out of his bosom and decide to come and get me and my people? That's all I care about. I want to argue with the Most High over his people. I want the chance to do what Moses did. Lord went to, listen, to me, this is one of the greatest scriptures I have ever read in this Bible. As a young man, I read this scripture where the Lord said for Moses to move out the way. He going to put these 12 tribes to death for the evil they did. And Moses got up in the Most High's face. Like he got up and argued with the Lord not to destroy Israel. And listen, the Lord halfway was going to give him a gift. He said, I'll raise your seed up and start all over. Moses could have been like the new father of Israel. It would have been Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Moses. That's what you've been saying right now today. And Moses turned that down. Like, I always wanted to know what kind of dude is that? I always wanted to be that dude. And when I got around cats like that, General Muhammad, General Mayak, these old badass niggas, man, Captain Mawquad up in there, me and Mawquad, we on the phone all the time shooting it, man. We be talking about, y'all don't know, we be talking about this all the time. And listen, I'm going to start recording. I told Mawquad, I'm going to start recording our conversation, and I'm going to start putting them out on the internet because the shit we be talking about be just some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Same with General Muhammad, Mayak, Q, all the brothers. Some of you captains, or me and I thought get in a session, we all in it. But what about this shit here? See, this is what I'm talking about. I found that we get all in it, and it's next level. Like we without the Lord, we ghetto rats. With the Lord, like the scripture said, we as white as snow in righteousness when we turn from that dark place and become that new dude. And brother, that thing Moses did to come up to the power of powers, you understand? He that giveth life and death, and argue for a people that's rebelling against him. For him to have mercy, that's the next level. Like that, like I've only seen that in your house shot. And brother, that's what we got to put in us. And we're going to move the world. You don't think so, but it's going to happen. We're going to move the planet. Go ahead, sis. Damn right. Damn right. Give it up for Yahweh Shah and give it up for them great prophets, man. And these great brothers and sisters in here. Go. Did I cut you off? Did you get your question in? Okay, real quick. Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry about that, Doc. I'm gonna come right back to you. Go ahead.
So they're taking the citizenship from.
They want to. They don't have it yet.
They're
working on it. Yeah, they digging through the laws.
Are they including Gadite in there too?
Yes, and here's how they're gonna do Gad.
How can they do that from Gad?
It's real simple. It's real simple. They've been doing it already. They've been doing this already. And I'm gonna show you how they're gonna continue to do it. They simply gonna declare Gad black people. That's all. They're just gonna say they not North American Indians, they black. They've been doing this. Go down the whole down there in Maryland. I'm sorry, not Maryland. In where's Myrtle Beach at? That whole area is filled with Gadites, and they in enclaves. They all out in the swamps and all kind of enclaves out there. You understand? I'm coming to you now, DA. They all in enclaves down there, and they Gadites. Esau done declared them. He going through their towns and saying, well, we need the records. We need the this and we need the that. And as he going through them towns, he's saying, y'all don't have no records. Y'all black people. Y'all black people. And so now they lose their right to the land because they black. They ex-slaves. So the land don't belong to them under the Gadite treaties. And if they get to take away birthright citizenship, now they say, well, they black. They don't have no, we taking a citizenship and they just get rid of us. So that's the avenue they want to use to get rid of the tribe of Gad or the so-called North American Indian. So they definitely got a plan. Once again, so did everybody else that had us in captivity. Every last, and which is why and this is the thing, we do not use the one weapon that is our best weapon. We using everything else. But your best weapon is your morality towards the children of Israel. Your best weapon is exactly what Christ prescribed. He said the whole law hangs on these two things. Love the Lord with all thy might and heart. I'm paraphrasing. Love thy brother as thyself. He said against this, how'd it go? Y'all know. Against this, there is no law, no sin. If you can put them things really inside you, everybody say it, but can you really live that shit? Can you really, really live? Can you give up your last chicken nugget? God damn it. I was going to eat this goddamn chicken nugget. I'm going to get this nigga this chicken nugget any goddamn way. Can you live it? You know what I mean? Do you get joy out of these records when you read them? Or is this just, a book about some people in the past and, it got good, nice laws that, make you feel good? If that's all that's as far as in as you could get, it's all right, because it just means that Esau done beat your spirit down so much, it's hard for you to take back on the spirit of righteousness. You can't open your heart up because it done been beat on so hard. And the Lord said, that's why the Lord said, I'm going to come get that stony heart. Don't worry, I'm going to come take that stony heart. And you just keep on until he can come get that stony heart. And then you're going to blossom, man, like the man or woman you supposed to. And you just going to become like a goddamn, they're going to think you're an angel, because the word's going to come out your mouth of love of brothers and sisters and the truth and the knowledge and the Most High, that they're going to swear you doing witchcraft, because it's going to be so good to their ears that they're going to be like, yo, man, sign me up. You know what I mean? And that's in us. It's in us. And we got to fight to get it back. We should be offended that we can't get it all the way back. You should be offended if your heart can't. Like, why can't we be pat? We the artists of the world. We painters and artists and musicians and people that do extraordinary things, especially the tribe of Judah. And you telling me I can't even open up my heart no more? I'm in such an evil, wicked, rotten ass place that I can't open this up no more. I can't read this book like I read, any wonderful record of some wonderful events on the earth. I can't even relate to it no more. No, man. No, I'm offended. I'm offended that I've been abused in this place to that point where I can't do that. I'm offended at it. And it should be our desire to capture it, to capture what the Lord has given us. Moses captured it out there. He captured it, man, and stopped. Who the hell stops the Lord? God damn. Like that's the only way you gonna ever stop the Most High. Right or wrong? Like, how else can you stop the power of all power? He getting ready to wipe nations out. Moses stopped him, brother. Moses G-checked the Most High. You can't kill them. Your name's sake, man. What you did for. And Christ put it best. The Lord said he was going to cut this tree down and throw it in the fire. Christ came back and said, no, Lord, let me dub it with mortar or whatever with, you know what I mean? Say again? Right. And let me get it to grow. In other words, let me put these niggas in shit. And I'm going to raise them up. That's exactly what the hell he did. But got us up out of that goddamn slavery against our own will and rose us up to be a people. And God damn it, it's worth everything for us. Worth everything for us, huh? You know what I'm saying? Because there's not a nation on earth that could do what we do. Nobody could do what we do. When somebody wants to abuse somebody, do they give them whatever they want? Do they buy them beautiful things? Do they send them to school to do great things? No, they do the opposite. They quench that spirit. They beat that spirit down until that spirit don't live no more. And once that spirit don't live no more, that thing that's in you has been stopped, has been cut off. And if you too strong to shut it off, then they're going to just divert it to something else. Now you're going to be a gangster rapper and talk about killing your own. Instead of talking about the amazing, amazing things that go on in the fourth dimension that the average man does not even understand because he don't have enough faith to believe in the Most High. Brother, we better fight to get back to us. I'm not settling for who the hell I am. I'm settling. I want to be changed. You hear me? I want to be goddamn changed. Be a brand new nigga. You see me? I'm not settling for who the hell I am because I wasn't shit before I got here. So why am I going to settle now? I'm going all the way to I want to do what Moses did. You know, I want to look at the burning flame and say, nah, don't kill us all. We're going to get it right. And brother, that's what we do with sisters, y'all too. That's what we do in here every day. And why should we stop? You understand? To answer that question, sorry, I know I'm running on now. I'm burnt up half the time. Salaki, go ahead. Come on, let me.
Salaki, sir.
And somebody else was here as well, right? Oh no, that was you. That's right. The one.
Kind.
And D, I'm coming to you in a second.
So, I respect you as a perfect person for world news, like an expert on world news as a prophet of the Most High.
Most High, correct.
So, what I would want to ask is the Africans coming into black neighborhoods, like, is it an integration thing that is happening? And if it is happening, is it a strategic thing to play on our effect of colorism? Like Captain Tazariak says all the time, we suffer from colorism. So is that a thing that they are using to capitalize on our colorism to kind of take us away from the growth that we might be experiencing right now as waking up as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians?
Okay. Africans moving in our neighborhoods is only about one thing. It ain't even a conspiracy. Africans moving in our neighborhoods, and they are by the thousands. And they're moving in our neighborhoods simply because they are trying to economically excel, and you are the easiest victim. There's no more than that. Like every heathen. Just think, we worrying about why is this African moving next door to me? But the Arab owns the corner store. The so-called Jew owns the furniture store. You understand? The Arab owns the chicken joint. The East Indian owns the medical facility. Every goddamn thing else is owned by some other heathen that not only moved in, they didn't move in our neighborhood, but they built their wealth out of our neighborhood. The only reason the Africans moving in our neighborhood is because you're easy for them. You dark skin, you brown skin, they brown skin. Otherwise, they would have their own, which they do, have their own neighborhoods, and they would just treat you just like any other heathen. So the Africans ain't doing nothing different than all the damn heathens are doing to us. It's just they just moving in the neighborhood because you look like them. And another reason they're moving in the neighborhood is because a lot of Africans are doing something and their governments are helping them. And what they're doing is they're going down into the Caribbean islands, and their governments have connections with governments in the Caribbean. And what they're doing is buying birth certificates and then changing their name over to a Caribbean name and coming up to the States like a Benjamite. But really, this is an African or African family, but now they legal because they got some Caribbean island that's either attached to England or attached to America or attached to some island that works closely with America. And so they just scamming like they've been scamming, like every other heathen scamming, and there's nothing special or new to it. It's just because they brown skin like you, they moving in and buying up your houses and all that, and hate you even more. They hate you more because they feel so entitled that they feel like they don't have to move in next door to you. Like they want to do it like all the other heathens. Move in their own neighborhood, set up a business in your neighborhood, and get rich off of you. But unfortunately, they stuck because the other heathens won't allow them in. Remember, they get discriminated too because they're brown skin. So they can't just readily move in the East Indian neighborhood or in the Arab neighborhood or whatever neighborhood unless they become, a Muslim or something like that. And they hate the idea that they have to do that too. And they blame you for them not being able to move in white neighborhoods. Like they say we can't move in the white neighborhoods because these niggas is acting up. They look at you like the filth. And so that's all that's going on with there. And I pray today we wake up and begin to now change all of that. Let them heathens stand on their own feet. Every heathen in this country is standing on your back. Every dollar store, every chicken joint, every Chinese food, everything, every medical thing you buy is all standing on your back. Like they ain't getting wealth from the East Indians that's here. They ain't getting wealth from the Arabs that's here. They're getting their wealth because it's millions of you in the hood, and you ain't got no choice but to get it from them because you ain't got your own and probably never will get your own. So their best bet is to set up a business that you got to go to and then eat off of you. And the Africans just want to do the same damn thing. That's all. That's all that is. Go ahead, DA. What you got for me? Let me get more of what I was bringing up. Come on.
So Salagi, so you did answer the question about when we was talking about the Gadites, the Native Indian tribes, how they want to classify them as Negro just to get them out of their land.
Right.
But it did prompt another question in my head about, well, first of all, if I could highlight some of these brothers in the school that's Gadites, like Captain Soccer War. I know his family definitely comes from the Carolinas. Somebody that I, what I'm saying,
sure.
we all know do great work in the work of the Lord.
Damn right.
Then you got Thabawan over on the West Coast.
Yep.
And then you got Car Yash here. I call him Chief Yash.
Yep.
But
getting ready to go to the Dakotas. Big shout out to him. Man. It's a bad cat right there.
But it did prompt a question about something I also see in media today.
Mm-hmm.
How there's this narrative that's being pushed about, like certain Negroes are saying that they are Native American Indians, and then also trying to discredit the transatlantic slave trade. To me, it just seems like it's a play. some type of way, some type of direction. I don't know if you've seen that online.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
What? Okay, here's what it is. Real, briefly in a nutshell. The problem is this. The Gadites are trying to hold on to their heritage and hold on to their land, and so they got to reject being a Negro to get their land back. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them been 5 generations living on welfare like Negroes and know that they Gadites and that the land Esau building a skyscraper on really belonged to their family. So now they sitting up in here. Now 5 generations later, they got the internet. They like, man, I'm not no Negro, man. I'm a Gadite. That's just part of the hell that Esau put us in. So I would not stress it. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't take away from who we are. It's just a tribe suffering because they've been pushed on us, and by being pushed on us, they done lost everything they had. So sure, I'm like in anything, there's probably a couple of kooks out there that's running around thinking that they're Gadites and they're not. But for the majority of them, I wouldn't sweat it. You know what I mean? If it helps them fight for what they had as Gad, then go ahead and reject us. It's cool. We can handle that. We can handle that. You know what I'm saying? Go on and fight for what you have. Because in about 2 seconds, you about to meet a Hebrew Israelite who's coming up on your reservation to now wake you up that you really our brother. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna come all the way around. You know what I mean? And the way you brought it up was so eloquent in this, that you recognize that it is a problem with us that may not necessarily be, you know what I'm saying, an attack on us. It's just another problem. Just, you know what it's very much like? It's like the barrier that we have between us and other tribes when it comes to the language. Some speaking French and Portuguese, but really we the same. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're seeing with that, with those brothers. And I could imagine what that must feel like. I talk to a sister all the time, like I said, down there in Myrtle Beach, and what she's suffering down there is messed up. All her people live down there. They got houses and everything down there, homes and all that. And Esau done classified all of them as Negroes, and they all Gadites. And he done took their land and all that. And white people done went and bought their land, and white people up there building resorts and, you know what I'm saying, all kinds of, boat docks and all kinds of stuff right on their land. And they got to sit up there like, that's our land. And Esau sit up there, well, you got to go to court. You got to have proof. Da, 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 da. And then here's the other twist that's even more evil. Not only are they classifying Gadites as Negroes, they are taking Edomites who are classifying themselves as Gadites and accepting them. So they giving them Gadites the land while pushing the real ones off the land. And them Gadites is now benefiting off the land like crazy. So that's just more of Esau's mess that we got to sort out, which is why you need prophets of the Lord. So they can come in and say, nah, you this, you that, you this. We supposed to come together like this, blah, 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 blah. Which in time, you know what I'm saying? So I hope that answers it for you.
Yes, sir.
Most High Christ. Anybody else want to get in before I move on? All right. So also, right, what also is going, go ahead, come on with it.
Kawakan, sir. Shalom. If I could ask a quick thing on one. Recently, a lot of countries coming back to the war. A lot of countries have been trying to ban social media for young people like 16 and under.
Yeah.
And I would like the insight on, would it be more so because they're trying to prevent certain propaganda regarding to the war and information about the war, or would it be more so to impact the truth that is being pushed and going viral everywhere across the globe, sir? Salakia.
Yeah, like they have lost most of the narrative on the internet. The internet was originally, they put the internet up originally. The military had the internet. And what the military did was use the internet to interconnect the military soldiers. That was their way of tracking soldiers on bases all over the world, and God knows where else, submarines under the water, all kind of stuff. And they used the internet to do it. Now then the internet became public, and they were going to use the internet to track people. This is the next phase in what they were doing. This is where these data centers, all this was in plan. So now they were going to track people with the internet. The CIA said that Facebook was the greatest invention they ever made, because Facebook give them everything: your picture, your ID, where you at, you know what I mean, what you like, what you don't like, you know what I'm saying, everything. Your Facebook page, your profile is really a investigative profile. That's why every time they catch some serial killer or something, what do? They go pull up his Facebook page. They go pull up his social media and say on social media, he was this guy, he joined that group, he did this. They got the database from the day you open up the Facebook with 20 years of information. So not that we give a damn, because we standing with the Lord and doing the will of the Lord, but that's what it was originally designed for. The problem is they lost the narrative. So many people was innovative, like once again, you can't stop the 12 tribes of Israel, that now information start coming out from everywhere. People start breaking in, setting up, like what's them Signal and all them encrypted sites. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember they arrested the cat that ran McAfee for that same problem, because they couldn't break into certain places. They start issuing warrants and doing all kind of stuff. So they were trying to get control of the narrative, but they couldn't get control of the narrative. You understand? So now people are pretty much able to do what they want. And so the brainwashing doesn't work the same. And that's where they have a problem with. So in certain countries, they just decided we're just going to shut things down. China is one of them. That's why China has those strict laws about the internet and facial recognition and all that. That's all an attempt to shut you down, to gain control of you, because ideas are the most dangerous thing you could ever have.
Right.
Like you studying the Bible and the Apocrypha and really understanding what's in this book and knowing who the people of the book are, it's a problem. It's a problem because it means you'll find your culture above whatever lie and spin they've been pouring on you. Ask yourself a question. How many of you this week passed a car that was blasting music out of the car? Couple of you, right? See how few people it is in here? You know why? Normally it would be all of us, but it's not all of us anymore. Because what's happening is, because you're studying things that they do not authorize, the witchcraft is not working on you. You know what I'm saying? You're not listening to the music like your life depends on it. You're not taking up the culture of the poison that they're putting out like your life depended on it. You making your own decisions about what you want to hear. You starting to listen to what they call podcasts that talk about a whole variety of topics that you otherwise would not have talked about. You go on the internet now and learn things that you otherwise would have never learned. I done learned some stuff on that internet. Oh my God, I done learned some stuff on there, brother. Good night. I told Muhammad the other day, man, I said, man, I think I could build a flying saucer, man. Muhammad told me, please don't say that to nobody. I said, oh shit, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done learned some stuff on that internet. And that's, they don't want that. They don't want that, and the witchcraft is harder to put on. That's why that Kennedy, that one that talks like that, that's working with Trump, remember, he wants to take our children and put them on farms with no social media, no internet. No, he said no screens. He didn't want you to watch a TV screen. And then wants to reparent them, meaning give them new parents, like a whole new life. That's what he wants to do with us. You understand? And that's why. That's to get us back under the brainwash. Like first of all, even me saying under the brainwashing ain't really hitting y'all. Y'all hearing me, but you ain't saying to yourself, have I been brainwashed? Like, that's a question you got to ask. Have you been brainwashed? Hell yeah, you have. Hell yeah. You think you haven't been? You've been brainwashed in America, especially if you black and Latino. And you're going to have to figure that thing out and get that brand. And here's the unbrainwashing right here. This crazy conversations we having that is totally against the grain of society is how you get unbrainwashed. But you is definitely brainwashed in this place. And you got to become vigilant not to be brainwashed again. Which is why culture is frightening to the white man. Culture eliminates brainwashing. Because if I have a culture and you tell me to do something against that culture, it's going to create a conflict that's going to make me not go into the brainwashing that you're giving me. You understand? Like I give you a fake hypothetical situation. The inventor of brainwashing, Bernanke, I think Bernanke is his name. I could be wrong. This Edomite was brainwashing. They called him in to brainwash people. And here's what they were trying to do. They created a cake mix, right? The big companies, General Mills, they created a cake mix in a box. And the cake mix would not sell. The women would not buy it. This is back in the 50s. They had this cake mix, and it was, perfect cake mix. Make a perfect cake. But women would not buy it, and they called him in. And they asked him, how do we get women to buy this? You know what he told them? He sat down, went and talked with his people, discussed it and all that. And he came back to them and he said, make the mix for the cake mix so that they have to put an egg in it. And they said, what? He said, change the recipe, make it so that you have to put an egg in the cake mix. They said, all right. They changed the recipe and said, all you have to do is get an egg and put the egg in. They sold billions. Same cake mix. You know why? Because they understood something about brainwashing. They understood that if you want women to make this cake, they have to feel as though this cake is a successful thing that they created. While you just have it as powder that you mix water in, they don't feel the accomplishment. But if they have to put an egg in it, they feel like they made the cake, and they sold millions. And brainwashing was born. And America been doing it to us ever since. Ever since. The military does it all the time. Be all that you can be. That's brainwashing. They do all of that to us. They move our emotions in the way they want to do what it is that they want. And we have to move our emotions to do the things that the Lord wants. That's how we escape that. That's how we get our spirit back. That's how we become those people we read about in them scriptures that were so passionate for this work, that saw the suffering of their own, that put their people before themselves, that thought day and night about how to take care of these people, that mused on the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how they get back to it. Does that answer for you? Most High in Christ, the water you out. Damn right. All right. Anybody else? Come on with it. Go ahead, Q. Right, that's a great question. Here's the amazing thing. They finished with Fabianism. They done with brainwashing you. They just want to kill you now. They finished with that. Like they know that time has passed. They know that you've had too many generations of it. You've had too many presidential candidates that told you to have hope, and you hoped in them and they failed you. They know that it's been too many of them. See what I'm saying? So now, just like the Nazis, they have to have a final solution for you. They have to have a final way to wipe you out. Now we over 9 o'clock. I ain't get to nothing on my list. Y'all want to stretch out 15, 20 more minutes? Y'all tell me. All right. Pour the drinks. Let's, man. Start putting out the wings or whatever, because we gonna run for just a little bit longer if y'all want on all this stuff that's going on. You had your hand up, out, Salaki? Oh, I thought you had your hand up. Okay. All right. Like, so you see what I'm saying, Q? They don't want to do that anymore. Here's what they want to do. They want to take away your rights. They want to put you in, cages. They want to set you up on farms. They want to just, they done with that. Not only are they done with that, they're done with governments. They don't even want no more governments. They just want the rich, evil men who they want in charge, and they don't want any barrier between them and what they want to do. They don't want you to have no rights, no government, no law enforcement, nothing. They want it to be just like it was in medieval times. In medieval times and beyond, you had the farm, and that farm was owned by some king, and you got paid based on your percentage of what you farm, and that king could come on your land and do whatever he wanted. He could cut you off. He could give you more. He could go sleep with your wife. It was his right. If he wanted to come on your farm and sleep with your wife, it was his right to do. And there was nothing you could say or do about it. It was an evil thing. It was damn near like slavery. It was close. Not quite, but close. And they want to go back to that. They done with that. They done with, the whole brainwashing of, we all in a melting pot and, justice for all. They done with all of that. They want power and authority and kill whoever they don't agree, whoever comes up against them. And Donald Trump displays that spirit all the time. The January 6th people that attacked that, ran up in that rotunda in the Capitol. Same spirit. And listen, and they believe in it, and they helping them. Them same ones that went in there on January 6th, they got a whole slush fund that he created for them to just basically sue the government and basically get money out of the slush fund. Basically, it's damn near reparations for them even being arrested for what they did on January 6th. So it's ridiculous, man. All right. Can I move? Does that answer for you, Q? The water. So here's just a couple of last quick ones. I'm gonna come to you right now. All right, Cap. First of all, the Chinese have just sent 400 missile launches to Iran, which means they're gonna step the game up now. China's behind them, and they're gonna step up and bring more warfare into this arena. This is going to increase. Damn right. Damn right. Like, you want to get rid of evil, you better get ready to fight. You better get ready to spiritually fight to come up against everything that they want to do to harm us. Also, another evil thing that's been done, and I'll tell you why. Y'all all heard about how they remove our brothers, the Haitians, protected status. Now, removing that protected status, first of all, is going to mean all of those millions of Haitians in the United States, they won't tell you it's millions, but it is. Those millions of Haitians in the United States, many, if not all of them, are going to start losing their jobs, losing their businesses. Now, as they lose their jobs and lose their businesses, who else is going to suffer because of it? The people in Haiti. Because remember, they go to work and do what? Send the money back to Haiti. So now the people in Haiti, them same people in Haiti who was already poor as hell, relying on a few dollars from their relative up here, now they gonna not get that money, which is gonna further bring Haiti into absolute hell. Why? Because like I mentioned earlier, Haiti has minerals underneath them that are incredible. Let me tell you something about any land you have in this earth. I don't care where it is. Damn near, I don't want to say all. Damn near any land that you have in this earth automatically makes you great and survivable. You could live and survive on that land in almost any conditions. People did it in, all over. one of the greatest things that the nation of Israel did the minute they got their land was divvy up their land by tribe and then by household. And it was one of the most important things to where we had laws that you couldn't take that marker away. You couldn't mess with that land. You couldn't do anything with that land. Why? Because it was that important to that family. And it was laws that even if that brother or sister lost that land, that they had a right to go get it back. And in those laws, when you go back and look at them laws in Leviticus, their family members had an obligation to go help them not end up in that condition and help them out of it once they got in that condition. It will show you how important that land was, which is why they make sure that even if you have land, you paying taxes, you under attack all the time, all kinds of things. You know what I mean? So that's what they're getting ready to do now to Levi, so they can get to that land, so they can get to those rare earth minerals, because they need those, especially for the next generation jets. The jets they want to build next, without those minerals, they can't build those computer chips to move that fast. Like them computer chips got to calculate so damn fast that they need certain minerals, man, just special minerals just to make that chip move the way they want it to move. And those things are sitting under the feet of the Lord's chosen people that have no power to fight the people that are over them so that they can keep it. They burning half of the Amazon for it right now. They got death squads down in them countries trying to kill off the tribes that's down there because they want these things. This is what they've been doing to us, and the Lord is about to destroy them, something ridiculous. I hope we're going to get to it in a second. I'm going to take your last question. I'm probably just slide into it. Go ahead, Warrior.
Water out of one. I appreciate
What are
it.
you?
It was a Jewish politician or ambassador. I forget her political status. But in 2019, she made a comment. She said that the major problem with Israel is with the young generation of the black community. My question is, was her comment directed at, like, you know, I hear a lot of things out there, and I believe it's directly related to what we're doing, meaning the UPK, and how we are impacting the black community, the Hispanic and Native Indian community. And I sit back a lot of times and I wonder, are those people in those high places watching our movement? And are comments like this a direct reflection of what we're doing? If you understand my question.
I totally understand your question. Thwada, you are. It's a good question. A very good question. What's happening? Which first of all, what she was talking about is this. The problem that they were having is that black people was not being brainwashed under the music like they wanted us to be. We was not falling under, you know, they spent billions to control our music, our TV, the so-called Jew controls Hollywood. You know what I mean? That's his money, that's his cash cow. And the problem is that we stopped listening to them. We started tuning them out. Remember there was a short period of time when you had all these black artists making like cultural music. What was the name? Tribe Called Quest and all of these different little groups. Them groups they were breaking away from him. And right, exactly. Now, none of them rose to full revolution, but they were having a problem with them. That's why in the 80s, they came back and pressed upon them to change this culture and make it more towards sending brothers to prison. And they did it. It takes 5 years for them to wipe out our entertainment industry and to change the culture in it. When they came in the 80s, it took them 5 years, and we was teaching, all we were bringing out in music was gangster rap. But before that, we were doing all kinds of stuff. And I'll tell you something else too. We coming to the end of 5 years of them using black women to turn the women in the black community into whores. If you go back and look, 5 years ago is when they came out with Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. You know, some of them are only like 2 years old. The Gorilla, I think, and the Sexy Red. Like, they specifically rose them sisters up to lead black women to a place where they would turn on black men, to lead them to a place where I mean, if you look at black women today and what they wearing in the streets, it's like amazing. It's amazing how naked they are.
Oh my God.
And that comes from 5 years of start to finish wiping out the mind of black women. And they did it with black men before, they did it with women, and they did it, it took them 5 years to bring in the entire black homosexual community. They worked on it for 5 years, and at the end of 5 years, they had it. And so that was a problem for them. And the problem with us is that them not being able to control our mind means they can't control the wealth. The wealth of us will be gone. We'll build our own land. We'll do what the Palestinians did. Build hospitals, build armies. We'll do all of that. And they can't have that because it'll mess with the CIA. So it'll mess with their whole structure on what they're trying to do. They also brought in five years of crack. 5 years of crack and took over the entire black community. They did that too. Same people. All of this is them with 5-year plans on destroying us. And those plans never really stick. And now they're done with those plans. They're done with all plans. Now they want to kill. The solution now is exterminate groups to do what they did to. Remember now, you would think that white America would say, hell no, we're not merging these two military. We just watched y'all wipe out the Palestinians. We watched y'all genocide them. Why would we bring you into the U.S. military and bring you on U.S. streets when you got soldiers that are really death squads? Like, they ain't stupid in the Senate, but they have to have, the reason they're marrying those two armies is because they cannot, U.S. soldiers won't do the job. You know what I'm saying? U.S. soldiers live by the philosophy of the Constitution and things like that. So they won't do the job. But these animals that they got over there, they're going to bring them over here because they think they're going to do the job over here. But they don't understand who they're dealing with. So I hope that answers the point. Go ahead. Go ahead. But we might just leave this at a question and answer session, y'all. Because I ain't gonna, we do a part 2, or maybe I'll do some stuff on tape. Y'all good with that? All right, I'm coming to you in the second 6. Go ahead, Warrior. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes, they did. You're right. If y'all remember seeing those tapes where they took a prisoner and then made him subject to a dog attack and not move, even while the dog was attacking him, that was a psychological warfare operation run by the Israelis on black prisoners. And that was just one of many that they had carried out against us. Nothing is really being done just random. We've been in America all these years thinking things are being done randomly. They're not being done randomly. How many of y'all heard about Gene Hackman's house? Have y'all heard about that? Was that some amazing shit or what? Let me tell you something. They went down. You know, Gene Hackman just died. They just found him, his wife, and the dog all dead in the house. They went down into the damn basement and found a full-out Nazi-type bunker under the damn house with safes. He had a room filled with safes on both sides of the damn wall. They opened up the safes. He got all kind of artifacts and weapons and all kind of stuff down there. They had tunnels all up in there. So who knows who the hell he was working for the whole damn time. You know what I'm saying? Tons of our so-called black entertainers have been working for the government since the day they came in. They was brought in working for the government. Harvey Weinstein, the big Edomite that got arrested. Y'all remember him? He worked for the Israeli government. So every actor, every situation, they was running it. Kanye West proved that as well when they came. I see that, in my opinion, now this is my opinion, I don't know all the facts, but it looked like Kanye West was brought in because of his talent, not because he worked for them, and had to find out later that he basically ended into a Mossad operation. I'm getting too conspiratorial on him now, Muhammad. Muhammad on the edge of his seat, like it's time to get you out of here. I'm gonna have us building bunkers. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna call Esau like the move group or some shit. I don't know, went off. I so love this stuff. I love it. I love this stuff because this shows me every day how everything that the Bible says is true. Like if it was not true, then I would find no proof of any of these things that we're talking about today. But because I find that proof, to me, it's like, once again, here's another thing that shows that what I'm reading in these scriptures is absolutely true. And the main reason it's absolutely true, because how could it repeat itself when in the past it was other governments? But you telling me it's happening again, but it ain't other governments? No, I'm not that naive. I'm not that naive. These things are being done to us. And I remember, Muhammad, I know you remember this, Mayat, Q, way back when we was starting out and teaching the truth, we used to tell, we used to tell black people on the street, we used to tell them, man, you don't understand the life you live in. That ain't real. They created this. And they would look at us like we was crazy. Oh, these niggas is totally crazy. And come to find out, damn near everything we live in life today is something they created. Ain't none of this shit real. None of this shit cats ain't going in the basement. You know how many young black men right now tonight is in some basement with a beatbox going trying to create some beat because they believe this is how they're going to become great. When meanwhile, Esau telling total lies about Mossad agents that he turning into rappers. And you sitting up there thinking, oh shit, I could do it too. Meanwhile, this is a whole government operation to brainwash us. It's ridiculous. You know how many young black women right now that went out and bought them a pair of spandex, and they got the spandex now, they got the full butt cheek. Y'all seen them? It's got salon. It's got the cheek, it holds the cheek like. It got a stitch. Y'all seen it? It got a stitch down the ass so that the cheek gets recognized in its own prominence. Listen, the first time I saw that, I said, whoever created this is the evilest motherfucker on earth. Like the motherfucker that sat down and said, I'm going to create some pants where the full ass cheek is brought into prominence. But meanwhile, they are doing this and trying to destroy us with it and trying to really prepare us, just like the Lord said, to be sheep to be slaughtered. Because the sheep don't know. The sheep is being guided and led into the slaughterhouse. And the reason he don't know is because he hasn't been taught it. And that's us. We the sheep that they tried to make sure was never taught so that we could be slaughtered. Go ahead, sis. So like I said, y'all, just for the record, we coming up on, what time we coming up on? It's 9:30. Like I said, I'll put out some more tapes because I had a whole lot of stuff I wanted to bring out. But I think what we talked about just on this level was healthy for us. You know what I'm saying? It was healthy for us to be reminded to not put our heart in this world. But to remind us that, man, let me tell you something. Take a second. Just hear me on this, fam. Take a second and just look around this room. Look around the room. Look at the brothers and sisters in here. Look at this. This is a culture created from nowhere but the Lord. I didn't create this. I did not create this. I did not come up with this. Right or wrong, Myra? I didn't come up with this. This was created by the Lord. And anything you create that's not by them is a step in the right direction. Because they creating, damn right. You know what I mean? Like today, Malquad sent me over some chicken wings and fries. The water too, they was good as shit. And what's the name of that Chicago sauce y'all eat out here? The
Sauce.
Mambo. So y'all stole that from
Mild
DC.
sauce.
Y'all ain't come up with that. DC had it for y'all, didn't they? Y'all had it first. Oh shit. I'm tearing up them chicken wings. And I'm halfway through the chicken wings, right? And I said to myself, how you know for sure black people love chicken? You only heard the white man tell you this shit. You sit up there like you eating something, black people love. I said, this greasy ass shit tastes so good. I don't know if this shit is our culture or not. It could have been anybody came up with this. They probably was eating this shit in Africa somewhere or some up in some European country.
I believe it was the Moab, sir.
The Moab that created? Well, I heard that black people first barbecued. I don't know. My point is, the truth that we have came from the Lord. We didn't get that from him. And it should mean everything to us. Come on, sis. I'm gonna take your question and we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. Anybody else that got a question, you should jump up here now and I'll run down the last few ones and then we'll wrap this up. And I had to get y'all a tape or something for the other stuff that we talked about and all of that, because we had a lot of good information. Or maybe we'll do a part 2 if y'all want. Something like that. We're gonna be up Philly. I hope y'all gonna make the trip. The Captain Ty Ward and them up there, they gonna get it on up there. You know what I mean? I guess I can say it now. If I'm saving, but I've been saving my money up. I'm tell you what I've been saving my money up for. I ain't got all of it quite yet, so I ain't promising. But I've been saving up for a cheesesteak grill.
Ooh.
I want to make y'all cheesesteaks at the Philly. That Muhammad gonna stop me. He gonna stop me, y'all. Y'all better not let Muhammad stop me. I want to make y'all some cheesesteaks, goddammit. Y'all don't know me and Muhammad opened up a store. Y'all know about that? Tazlai know. Tazlai had a whole lot of ass together. Me and Muhammad used to sell cheesesteaks up there. Yaya was 1 year old. We was selling cheesesteaks in the Bronx on 149th Street. Two crazy niggas selling cheesesteaks in the Bronx. We was trying, man. We was gonna do whatever it took. We was buying cheesesteaks and Snapple. One time I bought a tractor trailer full of Snapple. You remember that? The nigga parked the tractor trailer on the side of the building and said, man, just pay me. I'm out. Left the tractor trailer there with cases of Snapple. We was selling Snapple, brother. At one point, we was selling so much Snapple, and we had the trailer had so much Snapple in it. At one point, a customer picked up a Snapple and said, excuse me, sir, this is out of date. Remember that? He said, sir, this is out of date. I said, don't worry about that. Anyway, it's time to wrap this shit up. But if I get the cheesesteak grill, I'm gonna make y'all some cheesesteaks. Not so much because I make a good cheesesteak. Muhammad make a hell of a cheesesteak. I don't make that great a cheesesteak, but I just want to do it for the love of y'all. I want to make y'all some cheesesteaks, man. You know what I'm saying? And so if I can get the grill and we'll order the meat and everything and we'll make us some badass cheesesteaks, man, and just, have a good time in this brotherhood and sisterhood, because this is really the last of what we have before they cut this place off. Like if we don't enhance our righteousness, like the Lord said, your righteousness must surpass the Sadducees and Pharisees. You must become more of a brother and a sister than they were. You understand? John the Baptist told us straight up, don't do nobody. You know the story. When he came and told those centurions what to do. We in the time now to do the right thing and to raise our morality with one another. Raise our righteousness with one another. This is a weapon. I know it don't look like it, but it is a weapon like you've never seen before, or the Lord would not have told you to use it. The Lord would have told you to go get a spear or something else. Out of our fear did he tell us to sell your coat and buy a sword. But he himself didn't carry a sword. He put a centurion's ear back on. That's what he did. That should tell us something. We got to enhance that, and we're going to become absolutely unmatchable on the face of this earth, because the Lord will be with us in it, as we hope him to be. So y'all come up to Philly, man. I'm going to try to make y'all some cheesesteak. Don't worry, Muhammad got me. If I fuck it up, Muhammad going to step right in. Listen, man, you ain't putting enough oil. Come on, let me get up in there. He make a hell of a cheesesteak. Am I lying, Taz? He make a, boy, make you smack your mama. Get up on that grill. I ain't gonna mess with him though, but we gonna go up in there. I got a nice grill coming. It got a big old hood. It's mobile. Ooh, it's a goodie. What's the name of it? The Blackstone or something like that. One of them old big bad boys up on wheels. I've been saving my little pennies up for it, because I want to make y'all some cheesesteak, man. I want to extend my brotherhood and sisterhood, man, to y'all when y'all get up there to Philadelphia. And one of the reasons I want to do it, because in my darkest days, General Muhammad, General Mayat, all other generals and captains, Philadelphia came through for me. And I want to share some of that love back. You know what I'm saying? As we should. As we should. So let's get these last ones in. Like I said, I'll make tapes on the other stuff about the Third World War, what other stuff they're trying to do to us. One of the big reveals that came out of the Epstein files was that they were trying to alter human DNA, but they were trying to alter it and patent the change. And they were trying to patent the change so that they could go to the government and now declare you a property with your DNA change. That's right. That's the next step. The next step is to change your DNA. And so now you're no longer the person you were. So now, technically, you could be just like a crop is. You know how they have certain crops that companies own the seeds and you can't buy, you got to buy the seeds from them. Well, they want to do that with humans. Oh, they want to do all kinds of evil things. And so all of that's on the table. We'll make some tapes about it, all right? So come on, sis. Let's get you and the brother behind you. Anybody else jump in that line now, or I'm going to wrap it up with these two right here. Go ahead.
Salakia, when you were talking about the music, them using the music.
Right.
So that's like you got all these rappers, these female ratchet female rappers like Gorilla. I believe they're like turning to Christianity music now, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know. Didn't Glorilla do a Christian song?
That would make sense.
She did a Christian song with some negligee on, I believe.
Right. That would make sense. It would make sense because getting in the church would really get the massive numbers together. And if they could get in there and get them sisters, you know, to put on the booty shorts, spandex, it's game over. Oh, yeah. So it's coming. It's definitely coming. Go ahead,
Shalom, sir.
Shalom,
I seen a recent video that I think you was on Black Watch, and you was talking about getting up early to pray, and you was saying that when everybody's sleeping, you need to pray to the Most High. And then you said because it's angels all around, and then you kind of went into CERN. My question is that with everything that you just discussed with what's going on, what should we be asking the Most High for? You know, obeying what you said and taking that initiative to get up and seek the Lord and pray to the Lord. What should we be asking the Most High for right now? That's my question, sir. Salaki.
That's a good question. I had a whole section I was going to bring out about that today. But let me just say this, and just first let me clarify what I meant when I said about getting up early and praying. I didn't literally mean get up early in the morning and pray. And in some cases, it might be true that you get up in the morning like I do and pray for the nation and pray for all the brothers and sisters that's ill and pray for the Lord's mercy and guidance and all that. But what I was trying to say to each and every one of us was this, that to turn to the Most High, to sincerely start to turn to the Most High, to give you the strength and the power and the ability and the mercy to accomplish those righteous goals that you seek to do. And to turn to the Most High also to call on the Most High to watch over these people. Like the scripture said, if the Lord didn't step in, there'd be no flesh left to save. And so you being awake now, you're not asleep no more. Now that you're awake, you see the destruction of these 12 tribes. You see it clearly in each tribe. And so what I was trying to get everybody to understand is that we all have to take the mindset that we have a nation that's destroyed, and we have to convince the Father to come and get this nation. We have to make that connection back. We make that connection by doing what he said. You know what I'm saying? Like, we make that connection by following these laws. We make that connection by turning down them cigarettes. We make that connection by not going out to do that evil thing that we do once in a while and able to get away with it. We make that connection by making a decision to not be evil towards our wife when we have the opportunity to be, and definitely vice versa. You know what I'm saying, sisters? To not take on that left-hand side and do evil, but to pray to the Most High, you know, to give you the things that you need to not let that happen. And that's what I was trying to say. So I wasn't saying specifically in the morning, but I do it in the morning, but everybody should have the zeal to do it. Whether you do it in the morning or night or wherever, you should take on the spirit and the oversight of this nation. You know what I mean? Like, I go to the Most High, okay, but being in a position of leadership, it's expected of me to go to the Most High, you know, to ask the Lord to help this nation. But what I'm saying is, you don't have to be in the leadership. You should just be a person that care enough about this nation to want to see the Lord watch over and protect us and give us the insight on what we should be doing with this nation. Everybody should do that, brothers and sisters. And the Lord will help us in it. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord, damn right. That's what we should be doing. So I think it was a second part to your question. Beside that, Salakia.
Salakia, so you were going into CERN and you were talking about how they're cooling down matter and then speeding it up to like peep into the fourth dimension. But prior to that, you had mentioned we have angels all around. So I was just trying to understand the connection with praying to the Most High, the angels, and then what you was elaborating on as far as like CERN and what they're trying to do. Salakia, sir.
Oh, okay. I probably brought up CERN either before or after it, but CERN has nothing to do with our spiritual realm. What they're trying to do in CERN is cool down atoms so damn cold that they believe that they can, and speed them up. They want them super cold and super fast, and they believe that they can open another dimension. And they want to open another dimension because they believe they can find the keys to controlling this dimension. You know, they want to do the things that they've read about in the scriptures that we did. They want to be able to appear and disappear. Many times you've heard, like Paul even said it, you entertain angels unaware. You know what I mean? Many times, like Tobit, you know, angels came to visit brothers and gave them guidance. And see, Esau don't look at it like you, like that was heavy what the Lord did. He look at it like, how the fuck he do that? I want to do it too. That's how he look at it. And so he go, and now he speed up atoms and freeze them and do all kind of stuff to try to crack open that dimension so he can get control of trying to do it. Who knows if it's even in that dimension? It's just what the hell he's doing. So I don't know why I brought him up at the same time. But the thing for us, and it's not even important in that context, but what is important to us is just what Paul said, that yes, you do entertain angels unaware. So you should be, so what kind of person should you be when nobody's around? That's what's important. When you by yourself and you sitting in that house or that wherever you at and ain't nobody else around, who are you then? You could be anybody sitting in here with me right now, but who are you then? That's what you got to ask yourself. And whoever you are, then if it ain't what you know it should be according to the Lord, then you got work to do. You got work to do. You got to now shed them demons. You got to fight them forces. You understand what I'm saying? You got to say to yourself, you want to be that person in the dark, in the light. You know what I'm saying? Like in the light, you that person. but you want to be him in the dark when ain't nobody around. You want that stony heart gone from you. You want to be filled with the Holy Spirit all the time. You know what I'm saying? And to do that, it takes you having to examine yourself going into that dimension. And what I was bringing out about the angels all around was to help you to know I'm sitting in this room by myself, but I'm not really by myself. You know what I mean? I hope you don't mind me bringing it up, but you was gonna say something. I'm sorry, General. Oh shit, Salaki, I'm running on. Well, no sweat. But I used to tell the young men in the school when we was first rebuilding in the school, I used to tell them, whatever you do, just do it as if Christ is sitting right next to you. You know what I mean? Don't do nothing you wouldn't do without him sitting there. And if you do that, that's enough to restrain you. And so I was bringing up the angels to say the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Con. So does that answer it? Most High in Christ. Last question, and we out. All right. Last one behind me, we out. All right. Really tight. Take this last one. No, we done. All right, Salakia. Oh shit, man. I gotta take it. Come on, bro. I don't want to walk. I'm gonna think about it all night. Like, damn, I just took this question. Go ahead.
I'm grateful. Thank you. I have mainly, honestly, a question on when we see that there's a sacrifice needing to be done. But there's two sides of maybe hearing it within yourself, seeing a reason to do and seeing a reason to not. Indefinitely, I want to know how to choose faith over fear.
Okay, very good question. Here's what the scriptures say. The Lord said, how can they be taught unless they have a teacher? So before you do anything, you need to be taught. Like, that's what being brand new is. Being brand new is no longer trusting your stupid mind, not you specific, but meaning all of us. Not, following your mind into what the hell you always decided on in the past, but to now learn again. Like, I'm assuming you're a young man in here, right?
Yes, sir.
So what you should only focus on is being guided, getting every question answered, following every rule that's given to you. Like, don't even concentrate on trying to discern anything or make decisions on anything. Treat yourself like a baby in here. And what does a baby do? A baby can be the most annoying thing in the world, right or wrong. And there's a good reason for that child being so annoying, because that child totally relies on their parent. That child is going to say mommy 1,000 times before that day is over. Mommy, what about this? Mommy, what about that? Mommy, can we do this? Mommy, can we do that? And that is how that child learns. And guess what? You're brought in here to be a child again. And that's how you'll learn. You'll learn by saying, what do we do about this? What is the scriptures on that? What is the law on this? How do we do that? Why do we wear this? Why do we do that? You got to do the same when you come in the truth. A man that does that will grow and excel and learn everything. He'll learn what not to do, and then he'll learn what to do in everything he does. And he'll get counsel on every aspect of it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right, we out. The water for coming, everybody. Yabashima Shabrakathum. Sisters. I want to thank, let's finish the salute. Salaki, General, go ahead. The water again, sisters. Hey, I want to thank the big cat, Captain Mal Quad, man, for hosting us up in here, man. Doing an amazing job, man. out here. All your new captains raised up. Whole Midwest rocking out, man. They doing an amazing job. It's always a blessing to come out here. I see Lamak Yal. I see my Salagi. I always do that to him. I see him. Who else up here? From up here in the Chicago camp? Who I'm missing? Rhyme, where Rhyme at? Rhyme up in here. There go Rhyme up in there. You got a few cats up in here, and you got captains from the other Midwest. Captain Malquai, you're doing a great job, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you doing. I want to thank the generals from coming through. General Mahyman, General Makaala, General Q for coming through, man, and hanging with us and supporting us. I want to also thank the Black Watch behind the scenes. There's a bad cat right here coming up in the ranks. You understand? Malquai say his team better, man. Morale, we finna show up, man. We're gonna get it on with them, man. Let's keep doing this work, man. Let's keep trusting in the Most High. All right, no matter what we see, like the scripture said, we're not to be moved by any amazement. You know what I'm saying? See y'all next time. Thwada for hanging so late. Shalom.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
I read where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert, another cop can stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, I ain't listening, is effective. If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jacob. So Town War, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I came to do damage, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him, this shit light. It ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.